Okay. I'm just worried about this because it could go really poorly. It's my first time doing this, so. Today I wanted to respond to your makeup questions, and I asked you to send me videos on in Instagram. So I'm going to be playing those videos unless you, well, I guess I'm going to be playing all of them, unless you told me you don't want to be on audio. I mean, if you don't want to be on video, and then I'm just going to be playing the audio. Basically, I'm just going to be playing your videos, and I'm going to be trying to help you with whatever your makeup questions are. I don't want this to be too long, just because this is my first time doing it. I just want to like try it out, and if this, goes well, and if you guys find it to be helpful, then maybe we can make it like a regular thing.
Hi Mel, my name is Maggie. I'm 34 years old. I've been watching you for a long time, and I just had a question about hooded and wrinkly eyelids. As you can see, I have. I am having issues doing my eye makeup and making it look good, and I just wondered if you had any suggestions as far as like, I don't know if I should hold my eyes like this when I do it, or leave them natural, or maybe somewhere in between, and like kind of like where to put shades, and like what would look good to wear when you have such wrinkly and hooded eyelids. I also wanted to say I watch you and Mel Thompson, and I have a notepad in my phone of like recommendations, and like I always keep it updated with like when I watch you and her videos, because it's like all I watch is you and her, recommendations that you guys say that you like and your favorite products and whatever. And I'm gonna get the CO, I think it's Face and Eye or something like that you recommended, and I just wondered if that might kind of help a little bit. I know I probably won't, but yeah, thanks.
She was cute. So Maggie, I think you're being a little hard on yourself. I have to be completely honest. You're saying that you have very wrinkly eyelids and hooded lid. Listen, your situation and my situation, pretty similar. You have like a little bit of a crease when you're looking straight forward, but you have a lot of real estate to work with, similar to me. I actually feel like you have more real estate to work with. So one of the things that you brought up was like how you should be looking into a mirror. So it always is helpful to be looking down into a mirror. So you want to have it like below you so that you can like look down and have your eyelids completely flat. So that's really going to help you with like blending. Obviously, like the older we get, our eyelids, the area around our eyelids is just so fucking delicate, man. And blending becomes like really difficult. So if you feel like you need to kind of like hold that area to keep it firm, you can do that, but look down, kind of like hold it. And when I'm looking at your eye shape, I would treat it pretty similar to the way I do it. So I would go above, like wherever that, if you're looking straight forward and you see that line in your lids, like where it starts to fold over, go just above that to kind of push that area back in space, which if you feel like your eyelids kind of sag down, which mine totally do as well, like I talk about this area because it folds over, it can kind of like come down. I really like pushing that back in space, which is going to, obviously right now I'm wearing like a ridiculous smoky eye, so not an example, but typically how I do my makeup is I go above that line and I push this area back in space by making it darker using my transition shade there. And then you can lighten up the lid if you want to just kind of like balance things out. I think that was mostly it. Make sure that you're hydrating your lids well, like make sure that you're moisturizing those too. And using an eyeshadow primer is always helpful. I literally just started like using this one regularly, the one by NARS. And if you feel like you have like a decent amount of discoloration, it didn't look like you did, but this is very velvety and you can kind of like smooth it out. Or I mean like tone it down so it's not like so much basically. But this creates like a really nice velvety base, which will help you blend as well. But as far as placement, I feel like you would benefit from the way I do it. So if you're watching my videos, then maybe just try that. Yeah, thank you for your question. I appreciate it. There's a hair on my nose. Oh, and the CO patches. You'll love them. I love them. I use them. I alternate them every night with, because I started using tretinoin and you can't use them with active. So just keep that in mind. If you're using any kind of active, you don't want to put them over that. With regular like moisturizer, it's completely fine. So I alternate between the CO patches at night and then the tretinoin. That's not going to do anything for your eyelids, but it will help protect, if you wear the eye ones, it will help protect like this part of your under eye at night when you're sleeping. So.
Hey Alexandra, if you wanted to do bridal makeup, for whom would you do and why would you pick that person? Hey Alexandra, if you...
She's so cute. Who would I do if I had to, like, any person? That's a great question. I have no idea. I've done my friend's bridal makeup before and it's always really different. I don't know. I mean, just like a really beautiful face, I guess. I don't know. Anytime I want to do someone's makeup, like I don't know about bridal in particular, but anytime I'm like, I look at someone and I want to do their makeup, it's usually because they have a very different face shape to me. You know what I mean? So I'm just so used to like doing makeup on this face that when I see someone who has a completely different shape, it just like opens up all these possibilities. Bridal makeup in general, in my opinion, should just be incredibly natural and sort of like an enhancement of what that person's like regular makeup looks like. You know what I mean? I'm not like big on the whole, I don't know, like bridal makeup having to look basically exactly the same all the time. This is such a cop-out though, because I'm not like picking a particular person. But for whatever reason, the first person that comes to my mind is Gigi Hadid. And I don't know why, but I guess let's just go with that. Okay, this person sent a voice memo.
Hey, I love watching you on YouTube so much. 2 questions. 1, if you only had 5 minutes to do your makeup, what products would you prioritize? And 2, do you carry a little makeup pouch with you when you go out? When do you, if you do, and what do you carry in it? Thank you so much. Also, you're the best. I love your videos so much. You rock.
You guys have to stop being so nice to me. It's making me uncomfortable. So if I had 5 minutes to do my makeup, my go-tos are a concealer, just like a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes, maybe like quick soap through my brows, and either a pencil powder or brow pen, just a little something to give them some structure. And then recently I've been doing like literally just like a cream blush. So those, like literally just like a little bit of concealer to, you know, get rid of a little bit of the darkness, something in my brows, and then honestly my go-to cream blush, I'm wearing it right now. Where did it go? Is it this one? Dominique Cosmetics Soft Pink. So pretty, you know? So I'll just do that. And recently, especially since my skin has been more dry, cream products are like, are you kidding me? And if I like happen to have enough time, I'll go in with a little bit of Auric Morganite on my cheekbones. And that's all I need. Just looks fucking great. Oh shit, I forgot the last part of it. Oh, do I carry a makeup pouch with me? No, not often. I mean, if we're like, okay, in all honesty, when I do my makeup, I'm not usually wearing it like all day long. It's usually like I'm going out to dinner or I'm going to like a party or some kind of an event. And in that case, I will just bring like my lip liner and my lip stuff to touch up. I don't really, unless for whatever reason I happen to be like ridiculously oily or something, then maybe I'll pack a powder and a brush, you know, but that hasn't really happened. Yeah, not really, I don't. It would be very different though. Like say I was doing my makeup and going into work and I was gonna be there all day long, maybe I would bring in like a powder brush and maybe a clean eyeshadow brush to like clean up maybe if I got like mascara transfer, you know, like that kind of thing. But other than that, I feel like my makeup holds pretty well. I don't know.
Hey Alex, thanks so much for doing this. This is amazing. You're amazing. So my question is really about my eyes. And I have hooded eyes, as you can see here. Not only do I have the hooded eyes, but it comes down here. And then I have this part, which you kind of talk about on yours as well. So when I smile, see how I have this here. So it goes down, and then I have this part. I was wondering, in your opinion, what would kind of be the best shape? A lot of the times, I'm going in here, and I'm trying to cut here, but I really can't do a great wing here. So inquiring minds want to know, what do you think about the best eyeshadow and eye shape for me? Thanks so much. Bye. Hey, Alex.
Wow, you guys are
Thanks
so
much.
fucking cute and nice. It's ridiculous. Okay, so if I'm looking at your face, dude, I totally understand. So I would avoid the way, like I wouldn't use a winged liner basically. And I apologize if you like love winged liner because it's the worst. Sorry, I'm just staring at your face. So what I would do if we're looking at my face as an example, and it's not helpful because I have this ridiculous smoky eye on, I would focus your transition shade and your eyeshadow, like your darker colors, up above that line where your like eyelid creases, you know? So focusing it up there, and then rather than taking it down, just keep it like in this section right here, like right above. So you actually don't need to connect your lower and or your lower and upper eyeshadow. You don't have to do that. So right now I'm talking about like contouring your eye. If you're using like a transition shade that's a couple shades darker than your skin tone, that's all you really need to just like look at your face and see the areas that are light that you want to push back and lift, and just focus it right here. That's what's really going to help you. Oh, that's so annoying that I can't pause it. I'm trying to like use you
Really about
as an example, because that's the point of this. Okay, I'm giving you a deep zoom on your eye. So, okay, so if I'm looking at your eye right now, where I would focus the eyeshadow is up here. So put your transition shade like above that line, right up here, and just kind of like blend it to here. You don't have to bring it, you don't have to bring it down. You don't have to connect it to your lower lash line, but just focusing it right up here, and then just kind of like fade it. Like don't bring it down, don't wig it out, just right there is going to help push that area back in space. And then if you want to wear something like lighter on your lids, that would be fine. And then for your lower lash line, we have a similar situation happening here. So if you want to push this back in space, just take that same shade that you used up here and use it, like just buff it down here, basically. But you want to kind of like avoid this area. Like I would, if I were you, I would want to keep that area a little bit lighter. Yeah, I would keep that lighter unless you want to do, if you're trying to do like some kind of a smoky eye, then you just want to make sure that this area is ever so slightly darker than like whatever you put on your lid. So you could put like a taupe on your lid and then maybe just define that area a little bit more. I really hope that this is making sense. It's actually way more difficult to answer these questions. I hope that helps. But yeah, I would avoid the like triangular shape. And now I have a screenshot of your face in my phone. I hope that's not creepy.
Hi, my name is Sophia. I love your videos. They're very helpful. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't like know anything really about makeup, and your videos are really... Hi, my name is Sophia. Especially since I, like, none of my skin tone is even. I'm an anemic Hispanic, which is not a good combination. Because, like, sometimes I think I'm olivey, and sometimes I think I'm orangey. And I have, like, some dark, some, like, kind of dark here, and then pale ass shit here. So, any, like, advice on how to shop would be very helpful. Yeah, thanks for helpful and educational. I've watched a lot of your videos.
She got cut off. Thank you, Sophia. So I totally understand. Skin tones are, like, unbelievably difficult. I often recommend, like, if you're going into a Sephora and actually doing swatches is like the most helpful thing. Put them on your wrist and then go outside, let it oxidize, look at it in natural light. If you have like different colors in your skin, I was just talking to somebody about this. The best thing to do, because you were talking about like you have some darkness up here and then like this area of your face is very light. The best thing to do is kind of like sit back, sit in front of a window in natural light, look at your overall skin tone, like look at what your chest looks like, your arms, all of that together, and then try to pick a shade, like if you're trying to find a foundation, a shade that's going to be somewhere in the middle of that. So if your face happens to be like way lighter than like your chest and your arms, it's gonna look really weird if you pick a foundation that is the same color as your face, because you put the foundation on and then it's like the same deal. It's just like super light, but the rest of you is like really, really tan. So that's the best thing to do, is just kind of look at like your overall skin tone and try to find a shade that's going to like work in there. And then if you still have those inconsistencies maybe in the rest of your skin, like if like, I don't know, your chest is really light but your shoulders are dark and your arms are dark, you can kind of do a little bit of like correction with choosing a foundation shade that's going to be closer to like your arm color, but then using like a concealer shade that's going to be closer to your chest color. Is that did I say that your chest was lighter? Do you know what I mean? So you're kind of using like incorporating the different tones in your skin to even it all out. I really hope that that makes sense. Your skin did look very warm, so you could be like a little bit more of a warm olive. But yeah, it did look a little bit like you could get away with like warmer colors. I'm trying to think. I feel like Makeup Forever has really good like warm olive colors. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. But like definitely go into a Sephora swatch and maybe wear like a tank top or something when you go so that you can kind of like, you know, match it to the rest of you.
Hi, my name is Alex and I'm from Greece, and my question is, what would you pair as a nude lipstick combo for fair skin? Because all of my combinations turn either to pink or to red like this one, or to brown and to orange. Hi, my name is Alex.
Hi, Alex. That's difficult because, hold on, let me look at her skin tone.
Hi, my name is Alex and I'm from Greece, and my question is, what would you pair as a nude lip?
I have a similar problem where lipsticks that look like nude on someone else look like vibrant on me. So nude lipsticks. I really love Melt Cosmetics. They have a lot of really good ones. It looks like you're very fair, so you want to look for something that's going to be like pretty light. Because I think the problem that you're having is that they're just a little bit too dark. Like they're meant more for darker, probably warmer skin. This is Zaddy from Melt, and this is the peach that I'm wearing right now, which is really nice. As far as like more neutral colors, it's really hard as a fair-skinned person, man. Everything ends up looking like really vibrant. The NYX, well, she's in Greece, so I don't know like what's available to you, but the NYX double XL lingerie liquid lipsticks are fantastic. The one that I use is Turn On. I don't know where that is right now. I swear it's not like too pinky. The way I wear it is I kind of like blot it out, and it just looks like a natural like lip color. Maybe that would end up looking kind of pink on you. This one might be better. This is Undressed. Yeah, that one might be a little bit, I mean, I guess they're kind of pinky. Buxom has some nice ones. This one is ooh, this is actually, this might be a little bit warm. This is Fly Girl from Buxom, which is really pretty. It's a little bit more on the warm side, but it's not like orangey, you know? I don't know, I wish I had better recommendations for you. I'm sorry. It's really tough when you can't like, when I can't see your skin tone and swatch them. I would check out Melt Cosmetics, try to look at swatches online, hopefully use me as an example. What did I just say? Melt Zaddy? That's what I'm wearing right now with my Lime Crime Nudist lip liner.
Hello, I love your videos. I just wanted to say that. And my question for the Q&A is, I always struggle with creasing under my eyes with concealer. No matter what I do, I always struggle. Any ideas on how to fix that? Hello, I love...
Oh, Haley. It's the age-old question. I mean, the best things to keep in mind are like, how much product are you using? Are you moisturizing before? Are you allowing enough time for your moisturizer to sink in before you apply your concealer? Do you set it? What's your skin type? Like, there's so many things, you know? If you're more oily and you're applying your moisturizer and then you're immediately going in with your concealer and you're not setting it, then that's going to cause creasing. You want to make sure that you're allowing enough time for your moisturizer or your sunscreen or whatever to sink into your skin before you're actually applying your concealer. Like, your skin shouldn't be wet when you apply your makeup on top of it, you know what I mean? And if you have a problem with creasing, you might want to try setting it with a powder, but you don't need a lot, like a very, very small amount. I mean, I don't know, you looked like you had such nice under eyes. It didn't even look like you needed concealer. So I would make sure that you're using a small amount, because you didn't look like you had dark circles, girl. So just a teeny bit. If you're trying to like do your foundation, you need a little bit of concealer, you want to brighten up a little bit, totally fine, but you don't need a lot. Boom.
Hey Alex, so I do my brows with powder, and I want to know what's a good technique for making them look more natural. Thank you very much. Hey Alex, so I do my brows with powder, and I want to...
Beautiful brows. So if you do your brows with powder, perfection. because she had beautiful brows, you didn't look like you needed like a whole lot of help with your brows anyway. I would suggest, but you know I'm gonna say this to everybody. I would suggest using like a little brush, either a flat definer brush or even just like a small shader brush, and kind of buffing the powder into the areas that are more sparse and then slowly bringing it inward, because you looked like you had a similar thing with me where like your brows got a little bit lighter on the ends and they were a little bit more full in the front. So I would start like out here, buff it inward so that you have like a nice fill. And then you know me, I'm partial to the Dr. Bronner soap. If you want to like set them with something just to like fluff them up a little bit. Now I did laminated brows today, so like they're statement, you know what I mean? But you don't have to like laminate them, like slick them to your face, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So you can just kind of like use a brow gel, or like the Tartiste brow gel is the best brow gel in my opinion. I recently started using the Anastasia Brow Freeze, but you know that Dr. Bronner soap is my absolute favorite. So if you just want to get that wet with a little bit of like water, spoolie, brush them out, just to set them, you know? That's gonna hold them in place and it's gonna make them look like pretty bomb. But your eyebrows look beautiful, so you really don't need that much, you know?
Hey, so here's what happened.
Hey.
I bought the Soap and Glory Sugar Melting Exfoliating Balm.
Okay.
And I thought, yeah, this looks good. This should be a good time. It wasn't a good time. I tried it once and my lips were so dry and chapped afterwards. And that was 2 months ago, and they haven't gone back to normal. And I don't know why.
My recording stopped. That's so rude. I definitely have had that problem before where you use something and it irritates your lips and then they dry the fuck out and it just like takes such a long time to recover. Make sure you're not exfoliating them, because I think that if you are, you didn't say that you are, but if you do, you're just gonna make the problem worse because your lips need to heal. My favorite lip products are, this one's the one with SPF, but it's the Aquaphor Lip Repair, I think it's called. So this one's got SPF, and then I have like the regular one that I use at night. Another really good thing is to use your like moisturizer on your lips. So before you go to bed, put moisturizer and your serums and all that stuff like on your lips, and then just slather this shit on. And I think that'll help hopefully over time. But you want to like use stuff that's really gonna like hold in the moisture. The CeraVe ointment is really good too. Those are two really good options. Yes?
You filming?
Yes. If I'm talking to myself, I'm filming.
I couldn't tell if you're on the phone.
I'm never on the phone.
I need to get some lunch, so I'm gonna get kava.
I don't know. Probably.
Alright, I'll give you the phone.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna end up going through way more of these than I said I would, because they're like really fun.
Hi Alex, how are you doing? So I know you have a background in painting and that you are pretty much self-taught. So I was wondering, how do you come up with these new techniques that actually end up looking even better than what you usually see online or other content creators doing? So yeah, that's my question.
So cute. Great brows. Makeup looked fantastic. I love it. Super natural. Super natural, like ghosts and stuff. I feel like as far as techniques, I don't really come up with anything. Like, nothing in the makeup industry is new. I feel like we kind of discover them, you know? Like, I'll discover them at some point, but often when I'll make a video and I'll be like, look at this technique that like I started doing. People will be like, dude, Wayne Goss has been doing this for like 35 years. And I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing really new in the makeup industry. So I'm not innovative. I think what helps is my way of explaining it, which is how my background in painting kind of ties into it. So I don't come up with new things. For me, from my perspective, I'm constantly just like, you run into problems with your makeup routine, right? Like, your skin is changing, our hormones change every 7 years. So like that affects our skin and just like everything, our hair, whatever. So like you end up running into these problems where like, I loved this product, but now it doesn't work, or it doesn't work with this product and I'm trying to like figure this thing out. So you're constantly trying new things and trying to like problem solve basically. And also our tastes change, you know? I used to be like, this was like natural. makeup for me like a long time ago. And my tastes have changed a lot. Like, it's just a matter of like constantly trying new things and also not being satisfied with the way that you are doing it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if that answered your question. Love the turtleneck though, very chic.
Hello, I'm Atachi. So I'd like to know the difference between eye primer and eyeshadow base. Because sometimes I see you applying, I think, eye primer, and then it's like colorless. But then sometimes I see you applying base, and it's like there's color to it, like concealer color. So I would really like to understand the difference between eye primer and eyeshadow base. If we can use one instead of one, or if, I don't know, like it just, I can't get the hang of it. So please just explain the difference. Thank you.
Okay, so I now I'm trying to think of like I say eye base or eyeshadow base, or if I say eye primer, because I could totally see how that could be confusing. So I think pretty much everything that I always use to prime my lids is some kind of an eye primer. It kind of depends on like how I'm feeling, but the e.l.f. sheer eye primer is colorless, and it's basically just like a matte eye primer. It hardly does any kind of blurring. It doesn't have color really. And the only reason that I like wouldn't use that all the time is because sometimes I guess I use that more for like natural looks. It depends. It depends on, do you have pigment on your lids? I have dark circles. I have that darkness all the way around my eyes, right? So if I want to cancel out all the veins on my eyelids and all the darkness on my eyelids, then I'll use something that has color that looks like a concealer, which I did today. I used the NARS one. And then the other one that I use is the Anastasia concealer. See, now I'm going to confuse you even further. Eye primer. So they're all eye primers. This has color. It looks like a concealer. See? And that's what I used today because I wanted to do a smoky eye. I wanted to cancel out all the color. And then the other eye primer that I think you're referring to that doesn't have any color is the e.l.f. sheer eye primer. So it looks light there, but when you blend it out, it's completely sheer, like it has no color, whereas this is really going to like cancel out pigment. But I'm obviously very fair skinned, so it's not, you can't tell. But I think NARS has like different colors for deep skin. So if that's something that like, it's up to you. It's up to you. If you feel like you have lots of discoloration on your lids or veins that you want to cancel out because when you put your eyeshadow down, they show through, then using something that actually has pigment is going to be helpful. But if not, you can use something that's sheer. It just depends on like, you know, if you feel like you need to cancel out discoloration on your lids. But they're all eyeshadow primers. What the fuck? Okay. This person sent me a political meme. Like, why?
Hey Alex, my name is Leah, and my question for you is about concealer. As you can see, I have pretty dark under eyes, and I feel like no matter what I do, I cannot get concealer to look good. I've tried different primers and moisturizers, I've tried different kinds of concealer, and I feel like no matter what I do, it always looks creasy, or it looks flaky, or it curdles right away. I don't know if it's just not meant for me, or if I'm missing something. Hey Alex, my name is...
It is very funny how differently we see each other because I'm like in the middle of a response. Now I'm not gonna remember what I was saying. What did you get?
I don't know yet.
Why is the brightness is so low? I still don't know what splendid greens and super greens are.
She's like leaning into my face now. It's so cute. Look at that.
I hate you both.
Look at her.
No, I hate both of you. I hate how much she loves you. It's really annoying. This is so frustrating. I'm gonna leave all of this in my video, by the way. Maybe I'll just get sweet potatoes.
Okay.
I can hear her purring from here. It's so annoying.
Hey Alex.
I can't even remember what I was saying now. Leah, this is what I was saying. It's funny how differently we see each other because when I'm looking at her, I don't feel like you have bad dark circles at all. I wouldn't even look at you and say you have dark circles. But anyway, I understand. So I think my first thing would be like, are you applying your skincare? Wow, I need to start that sentence over because my brain just broke. Are you applying your skincare and then immediately going in with your concealer? Because the best thing to do is to apply your eye cream or your moisturizer or whatever and let it sink in, like I was talking about earlier. I don't know what your skin type is. So it, you said you've tried like a bunch of different, you've tried different primers, you've tried different concealer. It may be that you're just using too much product, like I was talking to the other person about. I don't know. That's tough. I would say that like pretty much always when like that is the problem, if it looks flaky, potentially your skin is too dry and you need to moisturize more. If it's creasing too much, it could potentially be the same thing. Or you may be applying your like moisturizer or your primer and applying your concealer too quickly. And I would also make sure that you're using a smaller amount of product overall, whether it's an eye cream, moisturizer underneath your eyes, or your concealer. Because I'm looking at you and you don't have, like, I didn't think you had really bad dark circles at all. So you probably need less product than you actually think you do. I don't know if that helps, but I really hope that it does in some way. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more of these because this video is gonna end up being really long.
Hey Alexandra, I'm Elizabeth, and I just got an eyebrow hair transplant on Monday. Really? You can see the bruises. They're darker than what they will be just because they're scabbed. But my question for you is, how do you determine your ideal eyebrow shape? Hey Alexandra.
Wow, I was just talking to somebody about that. I didn't even know that that was a thing. That's so crazy. I hope you really like it. Looks like you said you just got them done, so you like probably don't know the exact, or don't have like the exact finish of it, I guess. How do you determine your perfect brow shape? I don't know. I think I mean, here's the thing. You can kind of like, with products, you can really manipulate your brow shape. For instance, I did these like laminated brows. My brow shape naturally is a little bit more like angular, I guess. It tends to come up a little bit higher at the arch and thin out a little bit at the ends, and then it's like relatively full in here and a little bit darker in here. I like brushed them up and out and filled them in more so that they look like fluffier and thicker. I kind of like softening my brow shape, but sometimes it can look a little bit masculine if I like straighten them a little bit more, but I feel like the hard arch just ends up making me look really angry, so I like to soften it. So it's really like your preference. Your brows look a little bit more straight, so if you wanted to, like if you felt like you didn't want them to be as straight and you wanted to like accentuate your arch a little bit more, you could do kind of the opposite that I do. You could keep like this part a little bit more angular and then fluff like this part at your arch up a little bit to create a little bit more volume in that area. But I personally think the best thing to do is just like use your eyebrows the way they look when they have no makeup and they're just like sitting there as your like guide, The best thing to do is like, okay, I want to make my brows look a little bit thicker. Stay within that shape, just like accentuate it a little bit. Interesting. I'm gonna want to hear more about this like transplant thing, because I didn't know that that was a thing, and you actually had it done. So keep us posted.
Hey, so this is actually perfect because I have no makeup on right now. What would you do for someone that has eyebrows like mine? Thin, sparse, and non-existent. Hey, so this is actually perfect because I have no makeup on right now. What would you do for someone that has...
You guys, you gotta get the Dr. Bronner's soap. I'm telling you. Honestly, I would do this. So I actually just filmed this tutorial and it's probably not up yet. Oh, actually, I could upload it first. If it's not up, it's coming soon. But that's what I would do. If you have like very, very thin brows and you want them to look more full, the best thing to do is get some kind of a brow pomade like the Anastasia Brow Freeze or my Dr. Bronner soap, which is just the best. And what you want to do is just using a spoolie, and I literally have a video on this coming. You just like take the product, run it through your brows, put them straight up, and you can use your finger to kind of like, if you want to do like a little bit more of a laminated effect, to just like smooth them against your skin, and it's going to keep them in place. And then your best friend is going to be a brow pen. But if they're really, really sparse and you really need to like fill in that area, go in with a brow powder, like go in with a little bit of a brow powder with like a small shader brush even, and just kind of do like an initial fill below the hairs. You can do that before or after the soap. After might actually be better. And then just go in and fill in a little bit of the sparse areas with your brow pen. And trust me, they're gonna look, I was gonna say supernatural, I have to stop saying that. They're gonna look ghostly as fuck. They're gonna look very natural, but they're gonna look full. That's the best thing to do. So many eyebrow questions, so many concealer questions. Wait, should I watch this one? Let's do this one.
Okay, girl. So, I'm gonna start getting ready for work soon. What shape of eyeliner do you think would look the best for my eye shape? Okay, girl. So, I'm gonna start getting ready for work soon. What shape of eyeliner do you think would look the best for my eye shape? Okay, girl.
First of all, you have great eyebrows. Rude. Okay, so she has kind of like a very 60s look where her eye, the end of her eyes kind of like come down a little bit more. I personally love the way that looks, and I would accentuate that. If you don't want to accentuate that, then I would do a thicker wing where you go kind of like straight from the middle of your eye and go straight out and keep it like thick, but just straight. And then you can either like connect it just above your, like the end of your eye, if you don't want it to be quite as thick, but I would go straight to the end of your eye and just really make it a statement. That would look sick. But if you want to kind of like accentuate the like 60s vibe, then I would just like follow your natural line. Do like a regular wing. It's gonna come down a little bit. And then another thing you could do is kind of connect it to your lower lash line and just like really accentuate that shape. I just think that would look really cool. And you know what? One of the cool things about like different eye shapes and really accentuating them is that it makes you look so different from other people, because like a regular wing can be so boring. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the, this isn't like a new technique or anything, but Painted, do you know Painted by Spencer? He did a video where he did like a reverse cat eye where it's like basically a winged liner on your lower lash line, which is just like really grunge and like dope looking. That kind of thing looks sick on people. And that would actually look really, really cool on you. So that's what I would suggest. Don't try to change your eye shape, just like go with it. All right, guys, I really enjoyed that. I liked that a lot. I feel like it was hard for me to give like really good advice, but hopefully it helped in some way. And if you enjoyed watching this, let me know if you want me to continue doing this kind of video, because I would totally do that, because it was just like really fun. I've also kind of been like thinking about doing like monthly Zooms, but I don't really know how to like do that. So yeah, just know that it's in the back of my mind, I guess. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see something like this again, and let me know if I played your video. Bye.